The dynamics of business are in the process of a massive shift. We aren't respecting our world and we are making a profit at its expense. And more people are seeing that something else is needed here, that we need to change how we live and how we do business. The thing about change is that we're having to do things that we don't yet know how to do. Now, marketing has, for as long as it's been around, been focused on persuading people to do what you want them to do. If you listen to any mainstream business expert, you'll be forgiven for thinking that marketing is telling people what they ought to do, perhaps even telling them how much they will regret it if they don't listen to you. Now, marketing and advertising have had a long developmental journey. Our natural human aptitude to try and work things out has led to us getting deeper and deeper into understanding what makes people tick and how to use this to get results that we want for our businesses. The problem is that psychology and persuasion of base and manipulating basic responses is not empowering, and it lacks empathy and compassion. It doesn't feel just. If you want to make a stack of money and you don't care how you get there, then mainstream marketing isn't going to be an issue for you. It might be for your customers, but that's another matter. But if your business is based around passion and impact, social justice and transformation, you simply are not going to feel comfortable with any of the mainstream approaches. The value base is totally different. You cannot square the circle using mainstream tactics. We need to reframe the concept of marketing. We need to reframe how we put it into motion in our businesses. So mainstream marketing doesn't sit well with conscious entrepreneurs at all. They want their clients to make a conscious choice, but the tools at their disposal were all created to persuade, not empower conscious choice. Change begins as entrepreneurs begin to grapple with this need to adapt. There is experimentation afoot, there's plenty of innovation, there's a lot of rule breaking. A few years ago, I spent a year consciously breaking the rules and looking closely at where I'd always broken them and why. It was my year of going marketing free, which I documented on my blogs and videos here on YouTube. Now, I learned a great deal about delivering a new way from that year. I learned that it is imperative to know why you're breaking the rules and that it is imperative to look ahead, to create, not to look back or be pulled back. It's too easy to get stuck into critique mode when we need to be actively creating the new. One of the biggest pieces I have come to understand and work on embodying for myself is presence. Presence can do things that marketing can't. You will probably have heard that people buy with their emotions, provided they can back it up logically. Hence, we get a lot of pain point marketing that is backed up with outcomes and social proof. It's actually nonsense. People make their assessments energetically, and they read energy before they hear or see a single word, because that energy triggers an emotion, and then the head seeks to back that up to justify the response. So if we want to change how we market, we have to change the way that we work with the energy that is being presented. Now, most of the structures that we have in place actively block or distort that energy, which means that the energy that's being received by potential clients is not an accurate reflection of what their experience is going to be like. And that is a break in energetic integrity, which is bad news for your business in the long term. It leads to refund requests, poor reviews, and ghosting. Just a few examples. But if the energy is held in the structure, the words and the actions of your business, then energetic integrity is possible, and that changes the entire relationship. That's what I do with my mentoring. I make sure that the design of the business and its delivery are coherent, consistent, and attuned to the energy. That means breaking a lot of rules and encouraging a lot of creativity to find out what feels right. Presence is the most fundamental level of energetics-based business development. It's how you hold the energy within and how you activate it. Passive presence is the energy of creative expression that's naturally moving through you. And the important thing with passive presence is how you feel it in your body. It's critical to get out of your head as that messes with the energy. In a state of passive presence, you hold and you embody the energy and allow people to experience it by simply interacting with your field. It can be held in your physical space and through the spaces that you hold for your business, where you are simply sharing why you're here and staking your authority flag. Active presence, on the other hand, is when you intentionally share the energy to activate a response. This is the active marketing phase equivalent. You're consciously moving the energy for a specific purpose. Maybe you're trying to fill up a program by inviting people into a space. It's both energetic and practical. So passive presence is actually a harmonizer and active presence is a disruptor. Now, there's a lot of talk about disrupting markets and industries, but that's not the disruption I'm talking about. That disruption is done actually to deliberately make people feel vulnerable in some way. Disruption is actually a natural aspect of creation. Everything that is created alters the harmonic. It makes it apparent that some rebalancing is required to accommodate its presence. And there become three choices at that point, and they are choices. You can engage with the frequency that is disrupting by moving towards the passive presence that actually harmonizes. You can look for an alternative frequency that's more attuned to you, or you can choose to reinforce the status quo. From a business perspective, when we create, we are consciously choosing to disrupt the status quo and become a beacon that people can choose to move towards. And we accept that we are purely an activator for others who are going to go elsewhere, or that others are just not interested or not ready for us. But that is still part of your impact. When it comes to responding, two different groups of people will react to active or passive presence. Passive presence is going to speak to your soul clients, especially what I call your way shower clients. These are the clients who will make their way through any obstacle to work with you. If you haven't got a website, that's not an issue. If you haven't got a program, that's not a problem. They hear you and they want to work with you. And when you're working with them, they will take you on a new journey through your work and show you how to evolve it to meet them where they are. Active presence speaks to transformation seekers. They haven't yet dropped into their needs as deeply as your soul clients. They will respond to what you share with questions that will help you form, communicate, and develop your work from different perspectives. Passive presence is an opportunity for you to feel the power of expression that you hold within and that you can share with the world. It's stepping into your power and learning how to hold it consistently and act in integrity. It's a magnet to others, but not at a mass level. Active presence is an opportunity for you to extend this expression intentionally to others and receive energy in return. And there's an activation that happens, and your capacity to receive it is critical, and it can reach a much wider group of people. So working with presence begins with holding that energy consistently, and then it moves into active mode where you extend the energy with invitation and have the capacity to receive the return energy in the form of clients, opportunity, and growth potential. So in the description below, I have linked some resources to help you build your energetic muscles for both passive and active presence, which will help you to reshape the way you work with marketing in your business and prepare it for a resilient, sustainable future.